Hey there, this is Daryl again. We're doing a little census, and some of the folks that are in my Project Healing Waters program would like to start seeing some videos of the flies that they're learning to tie. So we're going to be, I guess, the next 6 weeks during on Monday nights, we're going to be learning how to tie with CDC. The Fisherman's Miracle Feather. So I got this book from Leon Links to see if it'll help me while we're going through the process on Monday nights on our Zooms. I'm not leading the group, but again, it's something that's been asked that we provide some videos on how these things are tied, especially for the folks that don't make it for that one night. And so the first fly we're going to tie, we're going to take a look at. The first fly I guess we're going to be tying is, from my understanding from the list and dates of what flies, is the F fly. Pretty simple fly, it looks like to me. It's all CDC except for the thread tying material, and you can use whatever colors you want, whatever works out on there. And I know, so we're going to go ahead, and I'm going to be tying this on a I lost my thing, but it's a size 16 hook. It's a standard dry fly hook in there. You can tie it from a 12 up to a 20 or 22 if you want. But I'm going to tie mine on a 16. You know, it kind of looks like to me it's representing a small caddis fly. And you're going to want to use some 8/0 thread for this, because the body is being built up with thread. You could use maybe smaller diameter, but it would take you forever to make the body. I've seen some people researching this fly are tying it using some kind of dubbing material, maybe even a quill of some type, you know, strip peacock herl. But the original recipe, and from the one I'm guessing that we're going to tie for Project Healing Waters, is going to be the original pattern, so that's the one I'm going to tie. And I'm going to use this thread right here to help give me some lie down the thread right up on top of each other or next to each other to fill in that body. And I'll trim that off, and then I'm going to, just above the hook point, give it a counter spin to make sure it's flat, and touch and turns going forward. Now, if you were going to use this thread for the material, I've seen some people give the body a shape, like a cigar shape, but from reading in that book, the original pattern just said just lay down a thread to the hook bend where the hook bends starts, and then back up to the eye. Next, we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use some CDC and tan. You could use whatever color you want. Maybe yellow would be a good color in there. According to the book, though, the amount of CDC materials you need is, I'm tying mine on a 16, so on a 14 or 16, you're going to want to have 2 feathers. If it's 18 to 20, 1 feather. And if it's a size 12, 14 to 16 would be 2, and a size 12 is 3 feathers. What you're going to want to do is we're going to want to match the ends up right here as close as you can. And then we're going to couple loose wraps to tie it in, and then we're going to pull it forward and I'm going to lock it in right here. Pick these up, put a couple wraps under there. That'll lock that thread in, or the material. And then we'll create a head. And apply some head cement to the thread there. And then whip finish 3 or 4 turns. I'll just give it one for good measure. And this is a dry fly. CDC is supposed to have some natural oils in it, from a duck, or in some cases some people will use goose CDC, and it'll kind of float every day. That's why they kind of all day long. That's why they probably call it the miracle in there. And then we're just going to trim this up a little bit just past the hook barb. And there we have it. Our F-fly. Hopefully you found that simple and easy. Alright, that was the F-fly. Pretty simple tie there, as you saw. Only two materials if you want to count the thread, and maybe 3 if you count the hook. But give it a try. I think the next pattern is some kind of emerger pattern that we're going to tie using all CDC, and we'll see how that goes, and I'll share that when I figure that one out. Alright, we'll talk to you later. Bye.